Because you will find in every instance in every city that has a major league team, Major League Baseball, or the NFL, or the NBA, or the NHL, and it's the lobbyists, it's the owners, it's the team presidents, it's the city council, it's the mayor, in some instances it's the governor of the state that actually decides whether or not your city is a major league city. How many people here are not from the Philadelphia area? Just shout out if you're not from the Philadelphia area, what city you're in. New York, Chicago. Okay. You're from New York. You Mets fan, Yankees fan, Knicks fan? Okay. Knicks and Rangers are a good example of government support. How many of you have ever been to Madison Square Garden? Okay. It's a lousy arena. It was built like a football stadium with seats hovering over instead of steeped up in 1968. In 1982, Gulf and Western owned Madison Square Garden. Gulf and Western owned the New York Knicks and the New York Rangers. And they went to Mayor Ed Koch and said the New York Knicks and the New York Rangers could not compete with the Hartford Whalers, the Winnipeg Jets, and the Milwaukee Bucks. New York was unworkable. Now think of this. The New York Knicks and the New York Rangers, the owners of the Knicks and Rangers said New York was thoroughly unworkable the way they were paying taxes because there were high union costs. In Madison Square Garden, there's a problem with Madison Square Garden as opposed to the other arenas. The arena is actually up on the 5th floor. And to move gear in and out for concerts and other things is cost prohibitive compared to, say, the old Spectrum where you just backed up a truck and it was on that level that you built the stage. You had to go 5 stories up. So they went to Mario Cuomo, who's the governor of New York at that time. They went to Ed Koch and said, we're moving. The Knicks were going to be put on Long Island at the Nassau Coliseum. Now, everybody who knows anything about the NBA, can you conceive the New York Knicks not being in Manhattan? Can you conceive that? That the Knicks would be somewhere other than Manhattan? New York Rangers, they were going to move that hockey team to New Jersey. So Ed Koch, the city council, and the New York State legislature cut a deal. Madison Square Garden was on the city property tax roll until 1982. It was taken off the city property tax deal in 1982 in perpetuity. Madison Square Garden does not pay any city property tax. For those of you who have never been in New York, I'll describe where it is. How many of you watched the Macy's Day Parade on Thanksgiving Day? Most people have, right? Even if you don't really watch it, you know where Macy's is. It's in the middle of Herald Square. Madison Square Garden is about a block to the west and a block south, the property. Property is between 7th Avenue and 8th Avenue and 33rd and 31st Street. Prime real estate. Knicks and Rangers, Madison Square Garden, are paying $0 in property tax. That's how government helps out. Now, I'm going to pose a question. How many hockey fans are in here? How many basketball, NBA fans are in here? Shout out if you know this answer. How much property tax is being paid by NBA and NHL teams around the United States? The cities. Anybody want to hazard a guess? This is, take all the NBA teams. There are 29 NBA teams playing in 28 different arenas. We're phasing out Toronto Raptors. And there are 23 National Hockey League teams in the United States. So you got 52 teams. How much do you think they're paying in property tax? None. Nothing. Nothing. Zero. Not paying any property taxes. The Montreal Canadiens